What's up guys, this is Tricky, and if you are fed up with using discharge and would like to dispose that boring meta back to where it belongs, well, stay tuned cause that flashy discharge is from now on only for the pussies. Yeah, my little furry fella, that's for you. So ready your seatbelts, turn on that swag, cause we are going to dig deep into your pockets and cut your exalted into tiny little pieces. We add a bit of fresh attack speed to that and top it up with a truckload of increased AoE. For the defenses we take life, armor block, and yes, well, defenses, I don't need defenses, nobody does. Oh yeah, that's mighty power charges, those little blue boys. Now heat it up and let's see what we mixed up here, that better be good. Welcome to my experimental cast on crit build focusing on high APS and AoE. Shooting rounds like a mofo makes you feel like equipping a Gatling gun, making stuff go boom boom and shatter is just one of the most satisfying things you can do in Path of Exile. So breaking down the build, its core is the Assessing Scandancy class, Quill Rain and a lot of AoE nodes. Defense wise we have 4k life, so I'm about to collect a lot of downvotes from Reddit here. But this build is meant to be the shiny snowflake that makes everyone ask, "Sparkle sparkle little guy, say what is that build you use?" And being a build hipster demands a tribute. Leveling to 93 was actually quite easy since I have a high evasion and dodge chance. To overcome reflect mobs we use a lot of spell dodge, which works out quite fine. Well, reflect maps are still a no-no, and as for all cast and crit builds, the single target DPS on high resistance bosses is quite meh. To overcome that, I could switch to the concentrated effect gem and use my equipped curve, but I'm actually just too lazy to do that. And the nice AoE also gives you a certain safety zone, turning a few dangerous encounters into easy peasy cakewalks. In addition to that, your high knockback chance and attack speed keep most of the melee mobs and bosses away from you, and I've even seen them cancelling Volt's onrush, but I'm not quite sure about that. Still, hard-hitting bosses require you to keep your happy feet moving, so reposition and you should always be in your comfort zone. But Tricky, this build's too squishy! This build sucks! Shush, non-believers, I'm having fun over here. Look at all this sparkling stuff going on the screen. This is just amazing. Well, okay, I have to admit the single target DPS without curses is not the best, but shh, little infidels, we can't excel everywhere. At least I don't, cause I'm bad and you shouldn't listen to me. Okay, so to get the most out of Stormcall, I really wanted to reduce its delay as much as possible. Therefore I had to get a 30% reduced Stormcall duration enchantment on the helmet, a warp time clasp amulet, and link Stormcall to reduce duration. Now the delay dropped from 1.5 seconds down to 0.36 seconds, making it just pure awesome combined with the massive AoE I already had. So for the gear I use a Quill Rain with a +1 power charge, actually not necessary but it was quite a cheap deal, I'm happy I got it. A 6-link carcass check for more AoE, Arthur's Hole with a 30% reduced Stormcall duration of course, warp time clasp, a Ziri step with a 6% spell dodge enchantment to further counter reflect, a DPS quiver, crit rings with resistances and Maligaris gloves. Maybe switched out for rare gloves if you like. To use her device you have to get an Elrian ring, which is kind of expensive, but it reduces your barrage cost to 2 mana and you can cast it infinitely. After that, spread out the passives like this, grabbing AoE, crit and life where you can, but feel free to adjust the tree to whatever you like if you're crazy enough to follow this build. The gem layout is Barrage, Cast on Crit, Reduced Duration, Stormcall, Increased AoE and Glacial Cascade. For the auras we use Grace and Purity of Lightning with an Enlighten in our Alpha's Hole. Hell Device is linked to Curse on Hit and Warlord's Mark to generate a few endurance charges on the run. Since we now only have a spare portion of mana left, I really had to link Conductivity, Blink Arrow and Blood Rage to reduce the mana in our Quill Rain. So if you have a corrupted Quill Rain or want to get one, make sure it is a 4-link with the right colors. That's it. If you want to use Vault Race over Haste, put them in your boots, link with increased duration and you're good to go. So this build is meant to be fun and shiny and it definitely did its job at glance. It was a nice experiment and I hope a few of you might get some ideas about new builds in the upcoming new patch. I hope you guys had fun and see you in Reckless. Tricky out.